people who speak about freedom of speech and expression, who will rush to any length to show that they are the votary of free speech. They want to stand with those who have another narrative. But when it comes to a narrative that possibly does not quote-unquote suit them, what will these people do? They'll end up banning movies. They will end up banning documentaries. That's going to be a big debate, and you must have understood my reference is to the Kerala story. That's the big debate. We get you in just a bit, but first up, the headlines on top of the show.
Files to humiliate one section. What is this Kerala files? A distorted stories.
It is a major political fight of the Kerala story, Bengal becoming the first state in the country to ban the film officially.
उन लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई करने के बजाय ममता जी द केरला स्टोरी फिल्म को बैन करती हैं। ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है कि ममता बनर्जी जी आप तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति में ना फंसें।
The Minister of Information and Broadcasting is lashing out at the Mamata Banerjee government, questioning the need for this ban.
हम इस वक्त प्रॉफिट और लॉस की बात नहीं करेंगे, हम सिर्फ ये कोशिश करेंगे कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग ये फिल्म देखें, और अगर कोई स्टेट गवर्नमेंट या कोई प्राइवेट पर्सन इसको रोकने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो हम हमारे जो लीगली जो पॉसिबल है वो हर रास्ता हम अख्तियार करें।
The filmmakers break their silence on Republic, say will fight fiercely against this ban. The Kerala story storms the box office. 37 crore is collected only in the last 3 days. The filmmakers say the numbers will only grow from here. It's the biggest controversy in the poll-bound state of Karnataka over the Congress's demand for Karnataka's sovereignty. And the BJP goes all out, approaches the Election Commission over Congress's sovereignty remark. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the same people who time and again have said that terror has no religion. They've again and again been saying that how can you say it's a particular community or a particular religion that can be identified with terrorism. So what really is their problem with the Kerala story? Because the Kerala story is not about a religion. The Kerala story is not about any community. It is about ISIS. It is about radicalization. It's about the fact that you have 3 young girls from the state of Kerala who are indoctrinated, they are converted, and then they become a part of ISIS. They adopt the ideology of ISIS. So this is a narrative that many say is very, very close to truth. But why today does this truth bother people like Mamata Banerjee, people like M.K. Stalin, people in the Congress, people in the left, people like Asaduddin Owaisi? Ladies and gentlemen, the list is long. Because this evening, all these people have gotten together to say that this is propaganda. So does this mean that there is no ISIS? Does this mean there is no ideology of the ISIS? Does this mean that the threat from ISIS is not real? Is all this just propaganda, according to the opposition? Mamata Banerjee, who time and again has been saying, I am the votary of freedom of speech and expression, I stand with those who have a contrarian view. Why? Because I support people and their freedom to say anything that they want, because India is a free country. Today is the first sitting chief minister to announce a ban. She's announced a ban on the Kerala story. I'm not sure whether she's watched the movie or not, but clearly you have a lot of polarization that is happening post the release of the movie. The question we are asking, who's scared of this truth? Who's afraid of the Kerala story? And who's afraid of the Kerala story that already has picked up 35 crore plus in just the last 3 days? You would recall a similar kind of sentiment was whipped up before the release of another movie, The Kashmir Files. I was just looking through the data. That movie, ladies and gentlemen, picked up 200 crores. That was a blockbuster. So is this call, is this attempt by some to ban the Kerala story again is just a provocation? Are they really the votaries of freedom of speech and expression, or there is plain simple politics to this? Let's bring up the entire story, all the reactions so far and the response from Mamata Banerjee on why she believes a ban was warranted, and then we debate.
Right, our fundamental right is protected, and for that whatever is necessary, we shall fight for that.
The ban comes at a time when top BJP leaders and ministers have lauded the film.
We have to understand that in terrorism we find bullets, we find automatic weapons, and we also find bombs which make noise. But here a new kind of terrorism is taking place, and it is being developed where there is no sound, but it is a very poisonous and very detrimental and very dangerous type of terrorism which is going on, which has been rightly portrayed in the Kerala story.
केरला स्टोरी एक प्रयास है जनता को सच्चाई दिखाने का कि प्यार के रास्ते पर उनको बेटियों को बहला फुसला कर कैसे जोड़ा जाता है और फिर आतंक के रास्ते पर ले जाया जाता है.
I'll go and I'll see the Kerala story along with my cabinet colleague, family members. I'll come and I'll see the Kerala story on 11th of this month.
Who wants Kerala story not to be told? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
मैं अकेली नहीं हूँ इस खेल में. मेरे जैसे हजारों लड़कियां हैं जो अपने घर से भागकर इस रेगिस्तान में दफन हो चुकी है.
So clearly, there are a lot of people who don't want you, as in the viewer, to watch the Kerala story. I wonder why, because it's a free country and today you have the Kerala story playing out in theatres. We'll soon have it on the OTT, Madhuvanti. Then, I mean, for how long in a country like India can there be people, chief ministers calling for a ban on a particular movie that doesn't suit their narrative? But then they question a lot of other people for bans on a lot of other movies that possibly does not suit the other side of the political spectrum. So, I think that's a very, very fascinating debate, very important to have this. As I say, good evening to Madhuvanti, who is an actor, social activist on the broadcast from Chennai. Rohan Somen Mitra is also a political analyst, Dr. Suman C. Raman, and I also do see Professor Monojit Mandal, who leans towards the Trinamool Congress, with us completing our panel. And Monojit, why don't we begin with you? Because Mamata Banerjee says the film peddles lies. The film can create a law and order situation, so what should we do? Ban it. We can't handle a law and order situation, like say what happened during Ram Navami in the state of West Bengal, so ban it. Is that the best way forward, Monojit? And has Mamata Banerjee even watched this movie?
One doesn't need to, because on the face of it, the teaser, the trailers clearly suggest that this particular film is based entirely on untruth, a series of lies. Do you know the statistics of how many people joined ISIS so far? You go to the US government, US State Department, report. You go to the Indian report, Indian government report. So far, Indian government, their own report suggests that from 2014 till date, only have to have this kind of preventive measures. This is preventive measure. Doesn't need to watch the movie. This is apparently creating uproars in certain parts of the country.
You take no preventive measures to ensure that there is no violence in Ram Navami. But without watching a movie, you will go for preventive measures to ban a movie. Fine.
You criticized us, na? You criticized us.
This movie allegedly is a story of girls who go missing. They later join the ISIS. The film deals with conspiracy of religious conversion and terrorism. Why is Mamata Banerjee so scared of the movie? Suman.
Deepthi.
Suman, are you a votary of a ban? Yes.
Yeah, let me make a few things clear. One, any movie that has been cleared by the censor board and not stayed by a court of law should not be banned. In principle, whether it is a movie like Padmavat, whether it is a movie like Kerala Story.
People who say that terror has a religion have lost the plot. Coming back to the ban here. See, when the Prime Minister of India goes on a political stage and makes this movie a political campaigning tool, opposition leader and the home minister and the CM of a state has every right to take this as a political move. Her ban, you have to see it as a political move. It is a political move. It is a good move in terms of her politics. She has gone ahead and she's banned this movie. Now it will be fought in court. She has her own intelligence inputs. She can go and defend her reasoning. She doesn't have to defend it in front of the TV cameras. She doesn't have to say anything here right now. She has said that she believes, her intelligence believes that this is a movie which can create a law and order situation in the state. So she has come out and she has banned it. So if you don't like it, let's go to court and let's fight it out over there. So the point here is, this movie was made political by the Prime Minister of India.
But you've given out the plot. Rohan, you've already given out the plot. The problem is that Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, invoked the Kerala story in the campaign. So that is why today you have the entire opposition ganging up and calling for a ban. That's the real problem. That's exactly what I said. This is not about freedom of speech. This is not about freedom of expression. This is not about anything else, Rohan. You've revealed yourself.
The word is wrong. Ganging up is wrong. As soon
Cinema
as
today has turned so polarizing that, how can you as in the opposition back a movie that is even about terror because the Prime Minister has spoken about this. So Madhuvanti, quickly come on this. When you have cinema that, like we have seen on this discussion in the last few minutes, Madhuvanti, that has turned so polarizing. The opposition says that you have the Prime Minister openly backing the movie from a political dais. And that is why they say we have to oppose it.
So, Deepti, is the problem with the movie or the problem with Modi ji? First question. Second question, if this is not a true story,
do you want to respond to that quickly?
If is the problem with the movie,
I think that's a very good question that you've asked, Madhuvanti. With your permission, I'll only take 5 seconds. 5 seconds,
please go ahead.
The problem is with the movie or the problem is with Modi ji talking about the Kerala story?
Mr. Modi is my Prime Minister. He's a terrific, orator. Let him live longer. We do not have any problem with Mr. Modi, but we do have serious problem with his policies. Because these policies have dismantled the country's economy, the country's multi-religiosity, the multi-ethnic identity of this country.
That's not the topic. Then why is
not my question? What was my question? My question was, the problem with the movie or the problem with
He's a terrific orator. He's a terrific charlatan. We love his voices.
Unbelievable.
But his policies are extremely bad. It is plaguing the country for the last 7-8 years.
But this is the Kerala story. This has nothing to do with the premise policy. Why have you banned it? Is what Madhuvanti is asking. Please listen to her. She's here to complete her point. Monaji, please allow the courtesy. Madhuvanti is yet to complete her point. Yes.
No, all I asked was, is the problem with Modi ji talking about the movie or the problem with the movie itself? The debate is not about Modi ji's policies or whether he's a good Prime Minister or not. Well, to me, he's the best Prime Minister. That apart, having said that, the point is not that here. The point is, this is a film depicting a certain truth. Are people on this debate saying that ISIS doesn't exist? Or that radicalization is not happening? Or that women are not getting converted and being forced to join ISIS worldwide? So that truth should not be exhibited. A filmmaker does not have the freedom to exhibit that truth. And when he does that, everybody has a problem. Whereas when Kali was depicted with smoking a bidi, the same Manoj ji did open his
Gujarat
mouth.
happen? Did
West
2,500 people were butchered in Gujarat?
You kept quiet when there was a poster of her smoking a bidi. You don't have a problem then.
Answer the question.
You have a problem only with this. You first answer my question. Don't counter my question with a question. You answer my question.
I can't call you out and your policies. What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about policy. I asked you a simple question. Very simple question.
Why did you ban?
I asked you this sometime back on another channel also. You didn't have an answer, sir. I asked you a very simple question on another channel half an hour ago for which you did not have an answer.
Why did you talk about
Monaji, today how can you ask the question? Because your state government, your chief minister today has banned a movie without watching it. You are not able to tell me whether terror has a religion election or not, you have, much like Rohan revealed, that the problem is with the Prime Minister, and because the Prime Minister has spoken about the movie, so you have to ban it. Manojit,
There you go.
accept the reality, no, that it's not about the Kerala story at all. And next time, don't say that Mamata Banerjee is a votary of free speech.
We are. Absolutely, but free speech doesn't mean that you will show untrue.
But she's not a woman.
It comes with writers, Manojit. Fantastic.
You cannot. Yes, you cannot.
Yeah.
Show,
So you decide what is
a word of
truth.
fiction.
You decide what is
say
truth. What is uncomfortable truth for you will get banned.
You have this
Suman.
statutory. No.
Suman.
You have this statutory warning saying that no characters all the characters are fictitious in this movie. You say this statutory warning.
Have you watched
will
the
ban
movie?
This movie? But
Manojit,
you are claiming.
forget Mamata Banerjee. Have you watched the movie? It's been playing in theaters. It's already pulled up 35 crore plus.
I want to know
have you watched the movie?
In this story about 90,
because Madhubanti, I think, has not been able to watch the movie in her state of Tamil Nadu, where there is an undeclared ban on the movie. But what about Bengal? Did you watch the movie, Manojit?
We have doesn't need
Manojit, have you watched the movie?
Did you watch the BBC story? Did you watch the Padma story when you want to ban it? When you force these filmmakers to change the name?
Arre Baba, you are also doing the same thing, na, Manojit. How are you different?
Did you watch the movie? No. But here you are Padmapat did not claim that this is
don't call yourself a votary of free speech.
Did not claim that this was.
Tell me, what is your problem with the Kerala story apart from the fact that the Prime Minister has spoken about it? He's invoked the Kerala story.
We have not even.
Why are you getting scared with the Kerala story?
We have not even heard what the Prime Minister said in the election of Karnataka. We have got nothing to do with Karnataka election. We are not fighting Karnataka election.
But Madhubanti, I think you must tell us what's happening in Tamil Nadu. Though officially there is no ban on the movie, but you haven't been able to watch it.
No, I booked for a Sunday show. The film was released on Friday. I booked for a Sunday show, but the theatre authorities told me that they've removed the films from all theatres and that I'll be getting a refund. So I said, so is this permanent? They said, yes, we've been told that we cannot screen this film. Only Friday, there was a screening across theatres in Tamil Nadu, and after that it stopped.
Can I answer?
So Sumant, why is MK Stalin also scared of the Kerala story? Mamata Banerjee is scared. She's gone in for a ban. But why is Stalin scared of the Kerala story? What's going on?
No, Deepthi, as I said, it is the duty of the state government to maintain law and order in every state. Now, if the state has an apprehension, the way to go about it is the state itself can approach the court. There is no harm.
It's okay. I think Manojit has also turned Madhubanti into a movie critic. So he's going to give you a lot of competition. Without watching movies, he's saying this was a bad movie, this was a good movie. But jokes apart, people watch this, Manojit. Without watching a movie, Mamata Banerjee's so-called votary of free speech is announcing a ban on the movie. We've run out of time. But I thank Madhubanti and all gentlemen for your time here. On the other side, we are back with another debate, so don't go anywhere.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
You used to say Baghdadi is the lord of all.
No, not will I say.
What did you say?
I want to say it's the lord. Basically,
No.
I'll say your one side.
But something like that. What did you say about Baghdadi?
मैं आपको एक सेंटेंस में आपको समझ में आ जाएगा अपना को कहना नहीं है उसका. I'm extending on Facebook. I said like अपना अगर हंसी आएगी तो खिलाफत आ गई. He was so sweet. He was like खिलाफत किसको बोलते? He knew zero. Like called him and explained the concept of खिलाफत.
Are you coming with us peacefully? Sachin, you tell me why is physically assaulted? These are the people who are physically assaulted. Sir, he has been cooperating with the summons by that we arrested him in such a fashion. Just to get out of this. नहीं आ रहा, ये देखिए आप पूरा का पूरा टूट चुका है.
We have to leave from here. Due to the security reasons, we perhaps may not be able to reveal the location of the bunker where we were just a while back. These are the images which shows you the reality of what really happened in the city of Bucha. What you see right now on your screens is the reality of this war where thousands and thousands of Ukrainians have lost their lives. We are standing in the premise of a church right in the middle of Bucha, where we have seen bodies after bodies were being dumped inside these graveyards.
की जीत है. वंदे वंदे.
सर यू आर द सर आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं. आज जनता जानना चाहती है सर आप गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री हैं. आज जानना चाहती है जनता कि इतने लोगों की मौत हो गई है सर, लेकिन एफआईआर में किसी का नाम नहीं. एफआईआर में किसी का नाम नहीं. सर एफआईआर में सर आज राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री है. इतने लोगों की डेथ हो गई है सर, लेकिन कोई जवाब नहीं है सर. अब तक एक्शन को लेकर भी कुछ नहीं किया गया सर.
Baghdad. You used to say Baghdadi is the lord of all.
No,
What did you say?
I say he's the lord. Basically,
No.
I'll say you one time.
But you something like that. What did you say about Baghdadi?
मैं आपको एक सेंटेंस में आपको समझ में आ जाएगा अब्रार को कैसा निकला उसका. I'm texting on Facebook. I said like अब्रार अगर हंसी आ रही हो खिलाफत आ गई. He was so sweet. He was like खिलाफत किसको बोलते हैं? He knew zero. And I called him and I explained the concept of खिलाफत.
की जीत है. वंदे वंदे. कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा, ये देखिए आप पूरा का पूरा टूट चुका है.
We have to leave from here. Due to the security reasons, we perhaps may not be able to reveal the location of the bunker where we were just a while back. These are the images which shows you the reality of what really happened in the city of Bucha. What you see right now on your screens is the reality of this war where thousands and thousands of Ukrainians have lost their lives. We are standing in the premise of a church right in the middle of Bucha, where we have seen bodies after bodies were being dumped inside these graveyards.
Are you coming with us peacefully? Sachin, you tell me why you physically assaulted. These are the people who physically assaulted.
Trending burning question powered by O General, American Tourister and Reva University.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the Trending Burning Question with me, Shavan said. Before we start the debate, we're getting in some more breaking news with regards to what's really happening in Karnataka, where the Election Commission has now sought a response from the Congress president over the sovereignty remark controversy. This after the BJP had approached the Election Commission demanding action. Sovereignty remark has become the hottest issue in the poll-bound Karnataka, with BJP as well as the Congress hitting out at each other. Now, what's important to point out here is that as the election campaigning almost comes to an end, we're essentially seeing two very important matters now sticking on to the Congress party. One was the major sovereignty row, where the Election Commission has now written to the Congress party for a clarification. And let's not forget, the other big fiasco by the Congress party was with regards to the Bajrang Dal. Remember, all of this, whether it's going to have some sort of an impact on the ground or not, that's what we're going to debate on the Trending Burning Question.
With just 2 days to go for Karnataka to vote, after the Bajrang Dal controversy, sovereignty comment has hit the Vadra Congress. Congress in its tweet has quoted Sonia Gandhi and talked about sovereignty of Karnataka. This attracted sharp criticism from Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
अब कांग्रेस के शाही परिवार ने कल कर्नाटका में आकर के बोला है कि कर्नाटका की सॉवरेनिटी की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं। क्या आपको पता है कि इसका अर्थ क्या होता है? इतने सालों से पार्लियामेंट में बैठे हैं, भारत के संविधान का शपथ लिया है और ये बात बोलते हैं टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग की बीमारी कांग्रेस में इतनी ऊपर तक पहुंच जाएगी, मैंने कभी सोचा तक नहीं था।
The BJP moved EC against Sonia's sovereignty remark. An alleged divisive politics by the grand old party.
Mrs. Gandhi has given a statement where she has said that they will fight for the sovereignty of Karnataka. That means either they do not have any information and knowledge about the Constitution of India, or they are playing for only to appease the particular section of the society.
Congress is now attempting a U-turn.
Congress President Mrs. Sonia Gandhi ji in Hubli, where we are standing now, she has never spoken anything about like that. It's a YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. The video is available. Prime Minister is lying, and as a member of Parliament, I will move a privilege motion against Prime Minister on this lie.
Will the sovereignty comment impact Congress? That's the burning question.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the curious case of the Congress party. First, it was with regards to the Bajrang Dal controversy. In fact, if you see the manifesto of the Congress party in English language, there they make no mention of the word ban. But the same very manifesto in Kannada makes a mention of the word ban. Now comes this sovereign controversy. While on the one hand, the Congress party says Sonia Gandhi never made a mention of it, but that tweet still exists. So what's really happening? Question here that I'm asking you, Shyam Prasad Meka of the Congress party. Dr. Syed Zafar Islam would also be joining us from the BJP, and Mr. M. Arivalukan, who's the JDS spokesperson. Mr. Meka, let me just take this question to you. Time and again, you say that the JDS is actually X1's B team. JDS gets that accusation. But tonight it appears that you are the B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's make no surprise of that. There's no surprise to it, simply because it's almost like handing out the entire election to the Bharatiya Janata Party. First, it was the Bajrang Dal issue, where almost all your leaders spoke in multiple languages. Now you have the sovereign issue. Where exactly do you stand?
Shravan, let me tell you very clearly, where did Sonia Gandhi ji made that statement? Why don't you play that speech? Let's see. She
Mr. Meka, sorry to interrupt you. I agree. Mr. Meka, if that's the case, please tell me, then there is someone within your team. Okay, for a moment, let's accept the fact that at least as far as her speech is concerned, she may not have used the word sovereign. But why exactly would then the Congress party tweet that out? In fact, that tweet still exists.
Okay, we will come back to that tweet thing. Who did that? Is it some clerical error or somebody foolishly just went ahead? We will come to that.
The word sovereign, just leaving it. The word sovereign. Like, would you say that's a clerical? That's a clerical mistake?
No, I don't know whether the tweet is actually genuine or not. We don't know. So coming to the actual issue.
No, of course.
BJP, that is the Godse Janata Party, has run out of the issues. and is talking about communal issues.
Mr. Mecca, I will ask this question of Mr. Islam as far as 40% Sankara is concerned. But please tell me.
No.
Please tell me, Mr. Mecca. See, I know both the political parties here, the BJP as well as the Congress party, they would like to stick to their rule book. Their entire playbook is this. The Congress says, I will only speak on 40% Sankara. And the BJP says, I will only try and expose the Congress party as far as the anti-Hindu mindset is concerned. But I'm asking a very straightforward question, Mr. Mecca, that if you believe that Sonia Gandhi did not make that statement, then what stops you from putting out a clarification, number one? Number two, that tweet, now you are coming up to a position where you are saying that, look here, the tweet never exists. And that's a lie.
Seven. Let me answer you. The 3 points. One, first, your question, you intelligently packaged it saying Congress is anti-Hindu, which is a lie, which is a mispropaganda. Number two, the speech never contained
the Bharatiya Janata Party
so-called sovereignty issue. Number three, the tweet still exists. Okay, I said we will look at it and we will come back to you on that. And Congress party will react to it. But Congress party is not a party who talks about such nonsensical issues.
It takes more than 48 hours.
Our rule book is the Constitution of India.
Mr. Mecca, what's this?
Why will Congress party go against the Constitution of India?
It takes 48 hours.
And please
do you realize when a national party like yours, for whatever reason, you may call it a clerical error or not, but the reality is this. What message are you sending out when you say sovereign
Congress is the number one party?
Mr. Mecca, I'll give you the time. Let me bring in the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson. Let me bring in Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson. Mr. Zafar Islam, I've been asking this question when I was in Karnataka also to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Are you only now playing this entire election on your monopoly? Because at the end of the day, what has essentially happened in the last leg of your campaigning, you did not speak about development. All that you spoke about was the Bajrang Dal issue, whether at all the Congress is anti-Hindu or not. But you never spoke about the fact that your government, the Bommai government, faces serious allegations. The Congress calls it not a double engine sarkar, but a trouble engine sarkar.
Well, if last few months, if you just do a back testing, you will realize that we have only spoken about our achievement, what the development has taken place. The Karnataka is number one in terms of attracting the FDI, is an economic superpower within the country, and have the intention to become $1 trillion economy. It is 20% of growth of India will come from the state of Karnataka. They are the best performing state. There are many things we have spoken in terms of the infrastructure which has been developed. But after the manifesto, when they have mentioned about Bajrang Dal and Bajrang Bali, then it is us or it is them. They have mentioned it. There are certain things which they are hurting the sentiments of a particular community.
But they say, Mr. Zafar Islam,
whether they want to hurt the sentiments or they do not want to hurt the sentiments.
On both the counts, Dr. Zafar Islam, the Congress party says that you are deliberately twisting the reality. They say that they never said we want to ban Bajrang Dal. They now say that we never said we want a sovereign Karnataka. This is perhaps a job of your IT cell. They want to perhaps twist this entire thing. That's what the Congress party is now telling you.
See, if they tweet and they mention about sovereignty, is it our mistake? It is for them to realize they are all member of parliament. They take oath before becoming the member of that particular house. And who they do allegiance to? The Constitution of India. And still they are making this kind of a statement. So it is for them to realize their own mistake instead of blaming us. They have mentioned in their manifesto the bad Bajrang Bali. And why will we twist? Let the people of Karnataka decide. But it is for us to highlight
Mr. Mecca,
things which they
Mr. Mecca, before I bring you to
they
respond,
want to disintegrate the state.
It's a fair enough. It's a fair enough point. Why do you want?
And that is what their intention is.
Mr. Mecca, you'll perhaps have to really respond to that. You constantly can't keep blaming the Bharatiya Janata Party, even if this was a blunder. And as I've been saying, you've made multiple Himalayan blunders in this election campaigning. You may want to corner the BJP as far as allegations of corruption is concerned. You're well within your rights to do that. But actually to make such colossal mistake, which is going to cost you dearly in these elections, that perhaps you can't really blame the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are not responsible for your tweets. They are not responsible for the blunder that you make when you equate the Bajrang Dal with a terrorist organization called the Popular Front of India, which has been banned, and that ban has been upheld by a tribunal. When you actually equate both, you may raise questions about Bajrang Dal, fair enough, you are free to do so. But the fact of the matter is that you're equating it with a terrorist organization. Mr. Arivagunan, let me bring you in as far as the JDS is concerned. The JDS's position on almost all matters concerning right now in Karnataka seems to be quite ambiguous. In fact, when I spoke to your leader, Mr. Kumaraswamy, he says no one has the moral right to talk about corruption. But we don't see you really reacting on an issue like this, the sovereign Karnataka issue, which perhaps every Kannadiga is going to be upset about.
No, actually, you will be knowing that just hardly 36 hours left out for election. We are busy with that. And more concern here, the two national parties are almost all done. Now the people have decided to throw them out. And moreover, towards the Twitter which is made by Sonia Gandhi, I didn't go through it. Even I don't know what it is also. Why? Because we were busy in the election duty. And one thing is very clear, the BJP has used its last weapon, Modi ji, for campaign. It is over. Modi ji has campaigned as it is Lok Sabha election. I don't know what they are going to do for Lok Sabha election. Why? Because they have 26 MPs from elected from Karnataka last time. Hope so. This side is not going to happen. And now it is very clear, this Congress and BJP are the same faces of one coin. Same phase, dual phases. One towards both the parties are communal parties. One is towards Hinduism, other one is towards minority. And apart from that, here they don't want to do anything to the favor to the people of Karnataka. I don't know what favor they have done.
No, if you're accusing the Congress party, Mr. Arivagunan,
yes, BJP which have been ruled Karnataka. Now,
if you accuse the Congress party of minority appeasement, if you accuse the Congress party of minority appeasement. If you're accusing the Congress party of minority appeasement, please don't forget in rallies that your leaders had in Shivamogga, he's basically reminded the people that the minority reservation, when it comes to reservation for the Muslims, it was actually brought in by the former Prime Minister of India, that is Mr. H.D. Devegowda. He says why credit should not be given to the Congress party. The credit should go to the JDS. So you can't really have a high moral ground when it comes to minority appeasement. But Miss, I want to bring back the debate. I want to bring back the debate on this sovereignty issue. Mr. Mecca, you do realize the magnitude of this Himalayan blunder that you've made. You may want to keep blaming the Bharatiya Janata Party. But if you give a full toss ball to Dr. Zafar Islam, he is going to straight hit that out of the park. And that's exactly what is happening. One after the other full toss ball are you giving to the Bharatiya Janata Party. As I'm again asking you, is there a tacit understanding with the BJP that, okay, we don't mind losing the election?
Shravan, first of all, these are all assumptions, right? You reduce the election of such an important state to a full toss ball and all. It's not a full toss ball, or BJP is not hitting it for a 6. It's a Yorker. Okay? BJP is spreading lies and resorting to deceit because they are staring at the defeat. They know it. All they are talking in the Karnataka election campaign is Bajrang Bali, this cooked up lie that is about sovereignty And these are issues that they are talking about. They're not talking about the employment. They're not talking about the failed promises of both their central and state governments. They're not talking about 40%
Dr. Zafar
commission.
Islam.
They talk about double engine sarkar. Double engine sarkar is, people know it. It is jhoot bolo, loot maro. These are the things that is signified by the double engine sarkar.
Dr. Zafar Islam, was
Can I just respond to that, please?
Loot maro. 40% le lo, jhoot bolo.
Dr. Zafar
Fir se
Islam,
jhoot bolo. That
Dr.
is the
Zafar
state
Islam,
of
since we are
BJP,
almost coming to an end of this program,
people are clear about this.
Yeah.
Mr. Mecca has pointed out, Dr. Zafar Islam, was this a Yorker from the Congress party? Because it seems that the Bharatiya Janata Party gets a little bit at unease whenever you're being cornered as far as allegations of corruption are concerned. There is still no direct answer as to why your government never acted on that letter that was written by the Contractors Association. There is still no word from your government as far as the allegations that have been leveled by Rupsha. There are still no response coming in as far as what will you essentially do when the Lokayukt actually catches one of your legislators red-handed.
Let me respond to that. First of all, just ask Congress party. They need to really introspect about the Congress party's history and what they have done in the past, and what they have, wherever they are in power, what they have been doing now. It is their government, it is their Prime Minister from the party. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi has very candidly said that his government, whenever they spend 100 rupees or 1 rupee, 85 paisa has been looted by the congressmen, and only 50 paisa reaches to the common man on the street. So a party which has such a poor track record, party who is known as a party of fraud and fraudsters, scam and scamsters, 85% goes to them and 15% goes to the public. And these people are making this kind of allegation does not hold true. People of Karnataka knows the kind of development has taken place under our government, during our government, under the leadership of Mr. Bommai and earlier Mr. Yedurappaji. We have done exceedingly well in every front. And people understand that the welfare scheme which has been introduced by the central government, which was not implemented by earlier government, like for instance, PM Awas Yojana. See the number of beneficiaries and see the number of beneficiaries during their tenure.
Okay.
Just a simple question.
There are many such schemes.
You know, as far as on national, as far as on certain indices are concerned,
they didn't follow the guidelines of the central government, and the beneficiary would have been the common man. They denied those benefits to those common men.
Okay, let me just get a quick word from also Mr. Arivalan. Mr. Arivalan, let's be very clear. As far as certain indices are concerned, for example, unemployment, inflation, or in terms of attracting investment, Karnataka is undoubtedly doing much better than the national average. This is not what I am saying or what the BJP has to claim. This is what the data has to point. So, Mr. Arivalan, how does this really help you? Because there is no clarity really coming in from your side. Because while on the one hand, you're basically blaming both the parties, I won't be surprised on the 13th when you're basically negotiating with either Dr. Zafar Islam's party or Mr. Mecca's party.
One thing, sir, let me tell you, definitely this 13th will be a very bad day for both national parties. And almost all what we are getting pre-polling, whatever the result, what we are getting is totally going to be false. Definitely, at least we will have simple majority. JDS will have simple majority. Why? Because it is a hard work of our former CM of Karnataka, Kumar, and he went to almost all to the villages. He has covered all drought-ridden people to the almost all the peoples in Karnataka. And apart from that, now BJP
just
does
a quick
not
response.
have anything to score to get
I'm
to
really
win.
running short of time, Mr.
hiding in the face of Modi. They are hiding in the face of Modi.
Let's see what 13 has in store. Let's see what happens on the 13th. Let's see what happens on the 13th, because I keep telling our JDS friends that please be careful of what you say right now, because on the 13th you'll be held accountable for it. Dr. Zafar Islam, I know you want to make a quick comment, but I'm really running short of time. So both Zafar Islam as well as Mr. Mecca, quick 20 seconds to each. Dr. Zafar Islam, quickly.
Yeah. So I'm just suggesting our friend from JDS, please do not make this kind of stall claims, because on 13th you will run away from the television, because it will be super embarrassment for you. This time your number will drop like a hot potato.
Okay, Mr. Mecca, Mr. Mecca. Okay, gentlemen, it's in all likelihood this would be one of the most watched elections this year, one of the biggest of 2023. Mr. Mecca, one final question. Now the campaigning is coming to an end. I hope the Congress party realizes that yes, while some of your campaigning did actually find resonance on the ground, be it the 40% Sarkara or the Pay CM campaign that was started, but do realize the mistakes that you are making right at the fag end, the last leg of the campaigning.
Those are not mistakes. Those are the desperate attempts of clutching at the straws by BJP, and people have
Bajrang
seen
Dal is not a mistake.
Time and again.
Bajrang Dal is not a mistake, Mr. Mecca.
Once again.
Sovereignty is not a mistake. Sovereignty is not a mistake.
What is a mistake?
Come on, Mr. Mecca. I think so. It would be gracious on your part. It would be gracious on your part, Mr. Mecca, to realize the mistakes that you've made. You cannot perhaps say that sovereign Karnataka is not a mistake. You cannot perhaps say that equating the Bajrang Dal with the Popular Front of India is not a mistake. It is certainly a mistake. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the Trending Burning Question, assuring that this is going to be one of the most keenly watched election, and the results of it is going to have an impact, at least as far as national politics is concerned. Thank you very much for joining us on the Trending Burning Question. On the other side, the big debate with Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami.
Are you coming with us peacefully? Sachin, you tell me why you physically assaulted. These are the people who are physically assaulted.
Sir, he has been cooperating with the summons. Why have you arrested him in such fashion?
First to get out of this.